So it's Rangers against Steaua Bucharest. A great atmosphere inside Ibrox, and so important that the Ibrox team get off to a good start with so many important games and early games coming up. There he is, the centre of attention, Paul Gascoigne, the big summer signing. But it's also a chance for the fans to have a look at £1.5 million worth of Stephen Wright, signed from Aberdeen. The Romanians kick off. There's Vladoiu, testing out the Rangers defence, but Andy Gorham picks that one up with not too many problems. Now here's what the supporters want to see. Touch for Gaza. Exchanging passes with Laudrup, last season's Player of the Year. Gaza may well be a rival this time round. Here's the Dane. Chance to cross. Mark Hateley was coming in. The cross just behind him. Cleared by Bucharest, resisting the early Rangers pressure. Robertson's throw with Laudrup again. So difficult to tie down. Robertson tries to win it back. Steaua get it clear. That was Lakatouche. And the touch from Gascoigne. Charlie Miller. Miller not looking overawed in any sense, alongside the expensive talents of Gascoigne. There's some cool defending. And Steaua with a patient build-up. And Rangers happy to let them have the ball and funnel back. Very much the continental approach, and something Rangers have had to adapt to in recent seasons, finding that the Scottish game won't necessarily work against the best in Europe. Was aimed at Vladoiu, but it's cut out. Gascoigne finding a couple of yards to make the pass for Wright. First time from Ian Ferguson. It's Laudrup. What can Rangers do here? Ferguson again. It's mishit. Hateley! Well, he certainly connected with the shot. Just off target. And that's the first sign of menace for Rangers in front of the Steaua goal. In from Laudrup, off the shin of Ian Ferguson, and Mark Hateley just off target. Steaua will be happy, soaking up the pressure as the sun comes out at Ibrox. Shirt sleeves crowd, and Marius Lakatouche in possession. Turns inside Charlie Miller. It's an intricate build-up at the edge of the box, too intricate. Dispossessed by Gascoigne, evading a fairly hefty challenge there, and a lovely pass with the outside of the right foot for Wright. Ferguson, Laudrup and Stephen Wright. He's got pace. That's again cool and calm play in a dangerous situation from Steaua. Now here they are in attack, trying to work an opening. Here's Ely onto the right foot. Shooting opportunity, but no great problem for Andy Gorham. Not much pace on it, and well wide of the goal. Andy Gorham's kick out, aiming for the head of Mark Hateley. Gets there. Now Laudrup. What can he do? There's the shot. Side netting. Just for a moment the Rangers fans thought that one was nestling in the back of the net. But that was a good effort from the Danish winger. Rangers fans, of course, expect so much from him now after all he delivered last time round. It's cut out by David Robertson, and back from Brian Reid to Gorham. Reid eager to make the most of this opportunity in the Rangers first team. Gaza just cushioned that on his head, away from Charlie Miller to David Robertson. Running into trouble off Lakatouche. So Robertson has the throw. Paul Gascoigne in a deep position, wanting to get the ball and make the play. It's a neat reverse pass for Laudrup. Quickly tackled though. It was fairly sharpish as well from Reid on Lakatouche. Right to Ferguson. It's Brian Laudrup. Onto his left foot, touches it back for Ian Ferguson. Charlie Miller goes chasing, looking for David Robertson, but that was a late tackle on Miller. The referee spotted it. Ken Clark from Paisley, and Rangers have a free kick almost at the corner flag. Taken quickly by Robertson. Gascoigne. They left a trail of defenders in his wake there. They just can't lay a finger on him. Not quite the end point to that one that Paul Gascoigne was looking for, but yeah, those Romanian defenders absolutely bemused. Good play by Miller, good in attack and good in defence. Looked like a late tackle again on Robertson. There's Richard Goff having a few words with Lakatouche, who was the offender. And Brian Reid will take the free kick. He's had a long time playing reserve football for Rangers. He would love to move up a level. Knocked down by Mark Hateley from Miller. It's a lovely reverse pass. Ian Ferguson, he's done it, and Rangers hit the front. Lovely move, and you can't ask for a better finish than that from Ian Ferguson. Beautifully spotted by Miller, and off the outside of the right foot. No problem. 1-0 Rangers. So how will Steaua react to being one down? They'll have to step up their game a bit now. There's Vladoiu. Nice touch, nice control on the left foot. Here's Lakatouche. Onto his left foot. And Vladoiu, what a chance this is! Too high, he's disappointed. Looked as if it took a deflection on the way over, but he made himself the yard for the chance, and he might well have done better than that. Now here's McLaren. Walter Smith keen to persevere with a back three for Rangers this season, and this is a useful opportunity to give it a go. Mark Hateley underneath. There's a good head flick for Laudrup. Gascoigne's in the middle, and in from Laudrup. Gascoigne, his first goal at Ibrox, and the paying public love it. Hateley and Ferguson joining in the celebrations, and it was a slick move from Rangers. A head flick from Hateley. Laudrup just waited until it was under control, and he's not going to miss them from there, is he? 2-0 for Rangers. So the question is now, what will be the reaction from Steaua? 2 down. They really have to come up with something if Rangers aren't to progress through to the final of their own tournament. There's the whistle for half-time. It's been a good 45 minutes for Rangers. Ian Ferguson scored number 1, and this man, Paul Gascoigne, knocked in number 2, and that's a comfortable lead at half-time. Hateley and Laudrup start the second half, and Rangers will be keen to keep up the pace of the game and add to the 2 goals they already have. They appear to be well on top of Steaua Bucharest. Plenty room for Lakatouche on the far side. He's the danger man. Rangers will know that well. But that cross, not finding any takers at the far post. And for the moment, the danger over for Rangers. Here's Alan McLaren. Ferguson, wearing the number 9, an unfamiliar number for him. Mark Hateley just heading the ball off the defender to make sure that was a Rangers throw. Stephen Wright takes it. Nice touch, nice control from Ian Ferguson. Good persistence from him. There's the cross. And there was a chance at the far post for Charlie Miller. Feels he should have done better, but it dropped awkwardly for him. Interception by Stephen Wright. Seemed to be blocked out of that one, but Rangers have advantage. Laudrup, Hateley, number 3. Steaua Bucharest making the fatal mistake of giving Mark Hateley a few yards of room at the far post, and we've seen it so many times before. Laudrup just looked up and picked him out with this cross, and that was always going to be heading into the corner of the net. Rangers 3, Steaua Bucharest 0. Laudrup, he's had a fine match. The Romanian defenders know all about him. Gascoigne. Lovely skill. Doing it all by himself. And in the end, just too much. And a fond embrace for goalkeeper Steaua. And the Rangers fans loved that bit of skill from Gascoigne. And so near to number 4. Here's Vladoiu. He's looked as dangerous as anyone for Steaua. Lakatouche. Vladoiu beaten by the crisp tackle from Goff. Still in possession, the Romanians. And that's not really going to trouble Andy Gorham too much. Gilsa with the shot as Paul Gascoigne takes his bow and heads off. 71 minutes of the match he's played, and that will do for him and for Walter Smith. And on comes Ali McCoist wearing 14. Keen to make an impression this season, having missed so much football in the last couple of years. Mark Hateley's head flick finding no takers. Ian Ferguson tries his best, still with Steaua. Here's the substitute, Rosu. Well, it was a shooting opportunity, but he didn't get too close to Andy Gorham, and he looks disgusted with the attempt. Now here come Rangers again. Hateley so dominant in the air. That's Dobos, and that's not a clever header. McCoist must be number 4, and it is. Ali loved that one, and it was really presented to him by a fairly disastrous backward header from Dobos. Ali wasn't going to pass up that opportunity. Well, the Romanians must now be looking forward with some relish to the final whistle. They've been vastly outplayed, and they're 4 goals down. Vladoiu making the run. Beaten at the edge of the box. Ian Durant was doing a bit too much, but he's eager to make up for it. And Stephen Wright in there too. The decision is a free kick to Steaua. Militaru is standing over the ball. Lakatouche there as well. Rangers all back behind the ball. Lakatouche. Cleared well by Rangers, not too much of a problem. Still there though with Lakatouche. Alan McLaren just polices that one behind. So many attacking ploys from Steaua have come to nothing. Credit to the Rangers defence in terms of how they've dealt with the threat. Alan McCoist's header. Hooks out Cleland. The substitute's cross. It was aimed at Mark Hateley, but Steaua saw it coming, and he was quickly off his line to catch the cross. There's the final whistle. Well, the Rangers fans, that must be better than they dared hope for. A goal for Ali McCoist, a total of 4, and Rangers into the final. Tottenham looking for the early goal against Sampdoria. That one breaks down though, and it's with Clarence Seedorf, the Italian side's expensive signing from Ajax during the summer, after winning a European Cup winners' medal with them. Here's Dumitrescu against his former team. Rosenthal crowded out there, dispossessed by Sampdoria. Here's Karambau on the attack. Seedorf, and again looking to thread this one through. It's Chiesa, and it's an easy goal. Right through the middle they went. There'll be an inquiry in the Tottenham defence about that. But Chiesa gets the first strike. Winners of this match, of course, will play Rangers in the final. And Sampdoria happy for the moment to protect their 1-goal lead. Seedorf always coming into the deep positions, looking to start a move. Now here's Mihailovic. Useful looking cross, but no one on the end of it. Maniero is in the middle. This is Belleri, and it's Maniero. Point blank header. And he looks to have made it safe for Sampdoria. That's them 2-0 up. Ili Dumitrescu comes across to take the corner. Bambi almost on the goal line. Spurs will look upon this as a decent opportunity to hit the lead. And the shot from Andy Turner, it took a deflection and it's in. Spurs are 1 up. Here's Dumitrescu, involved in just about everything in an attacking sense for Spurs. He spotted the run from Kaski, and there's the finish. And what a start for Tottenham in the Ibrox sunshine, 2 up. A lot for Steaua Bucharest to do. There's Torstved, drops the cross, and it's Vladoiu who punishes the Norwegian goalkeeper for some bad handling. Tottenham trying to play it out of defence. Too much on the ball there from Kaski. Here's Militaru, looking for some support, finds it in Lakatush, and it's Vladoiu again, and punishing some fairly sloppy defending, and that's 2-2. Lakatush running the show for Steaua. Nice 1-2, and it breaks for Militaru. What a finish that is. 3-2 they now lead in the 3rd place playoff. Out come the teams for the final. It's Rangers against Sampdoria. Great reception for both sides. And it's the first game at Ibrox for new signing Gordan Petric, who came from Dundee United. Ian Durrant and Brian Laudrup get it started. And Gascoigne will be relishing this prospect of playing against the Italian side, having played in Serie A himself. McLaren in for Stuart McCall. Nicely played across the defence, everyone getting an early touch. Petric to McLaren. Trevor Steven looking for the pass down the line, cut out. Gascoigne, that's a lovely pass. Perfectly weighted for Steven. Laudrup is in support. Trevor Steven goes it alone. Plucked out of the air by Walter Zenga, the former Italian international goalkeeper. We've seen already in this tournament that Sampdoria are more than patient in their build-up. Here's Karambau against Ian Durrant. Breakdown in communication with Chiesa. Gascoigne's pass cut out, but it's play on, and Brian Laudrup has it. There's a lovely return pass from Durrant with the outside of the right foot. That looked to be tugging on the sleeve of Laudrup from Manini. Free kick not given. Now Seedorf, managing to elude the challenge of Stuart McCall. Chiesa is making progress on the left, and that was the target for the Mihailovic pass. Well tackled though by Alan McLaren. No messing, no doubt about what his objective was there. Corner kick taken by Mihailovic. The header from Karambau, and that was well saved on the line by Andy Gorham, and then cleared by McLaren. Rangers under pressure. No such troubles for Gorham this time. Alec Cleland's racing away on the right. Brian Laudrup has it. It was aimed at Cleland, mopped up by Seedorf. Walter Zenga stays cool. Franceschetti. Karambau. It's Belletti. Trying to turn inside Ian Durant. Durant sticking to the task. And not too happy to have the free kick given against him. Karambau in. Looking for Maniero. Stephen to McCall. Durant wants it and gets it. And he eludes the challenge. Now it's Laudrup again, enjoying himself. Ian Durant had made the run, but it was well covered by Franceschetti. Laudrup strikes the corner. Good touch from Karambau, it was important. Trevor Stephen collects. Stuart McCall is one option. And there he is against Mihailovic. Back to Stephen. Out comes Zenga, beaten by Petric. Almost trouble for Sampdoria. Managed to clear it. Gascoigne always looks menacing with the ball at his feet. And Sampdoria know all about him. Rossi forced to turn back the way. Long ball from Mihailovic, but way off target. And Alec Cleland happy just to let that one run. Petric to McLaren. McCall waiting to, but playing in his customary midfield role. It's a good run from him. One tackle too many. And it was an illegal one, according to Jim McCluskey. Rangers with the free kick. Gascoigne strikes it. And it was an important touch there from Zenga. That certainly looked as if it was going to dip under the crossbar, and the keeper got an important hand to it. Sampdoria's turn to attack. It's ineffectual. And Ian Durant has it for Rangers. McCall looking for some movement up ahead, as ever. Brian Laudrup is willing. Gascoigne, plenty room to pick out the pass. Nice return from Jury to McCall. Struck it well. Zenga well positioned, as he had to be. Here's Mancini. So dangerous in the box, but occupying a deeper role at the moment. Karambau. Back from Chiesa. It's Belletti beaten in the tackle by Cleland. Signed along with Gary Boland from Dundee United last season. Battling for a place in the Rangers first team. That goes for so many. Mancini. Seedorf is there. That's him. Looking for the return pass. Chiesa takes a deflection and off the post. And a glaring miss from Mancini. He may have been offside anyway, but the shot going way wide. So still goalless in the final. It's hot out there and Rangers happy to slow it down. Petric. A lovely long ball for Trevor Stephen. Looking up to see what's in the middle. Gordon Jury. Jury strikes for Rangers. 1-0 up. Congratulated by Gascoigne. The fans, mixture of relief and delight that Rangers are ahead. Jury at the near post with the deadly finish. Stuart McCall sees Durant on the left. Leaves it for Gascoigne. Rangers picking up the pace. Ian Durant seemed to be checked out of it by Franceschetti. And Rangers have another free kick and a Promising looking position. It's Petric. Struck it very well indeed, and another spectacular save from Zenga. Rangers now with so many options at free kicks. Last time it was Gaza, that time Petric. Stuart McCall busy in the midfield as ever. Brian Laudrup against Balleri, through the legs of the defender. Eventually cut out, but he is so menacing. Throw in taken quickly for Ian Durrant. Petric to Laudrup. And again for the Dane. Looked as if he was going to cross left-footed. Defenders never know quite what he's going to do next. Richard Goff. Well, he doesn't score too many goals from that sort of position, and not likely to burst the net there. It's Gordan Petric doing the tidying up for Rangers. Maniero trying to get in the way. But Petric picks out McLaren. A loose one. Rossi intercepts. Mancini. It's Chiesa. Useful opportunity. And a great block by Andy Gorham. Perfect positioning there. Chiesa scored against Tottenham, and he was so close to his second of the tournament. Balleri on the run. Policed by Cleland. Back with Karambau. And Seedorf. Flick of the feet and the pass was away. Mancini. Well, it was left by Maniero, but breakdown in communications. Now Rangers on the counter. Durrant for Jury. Well tackled, but Rangers still have it. Durrant to Stephen. Substitute McCoist. Paul Gascoigne tries to build another attack for Rangers. Ian Durrant wants it. And McCoist turning his man, but the ball went harmlessly through to Zenga. Here's Rossi. Clarence Seedorf. Alan McLaren. Failing with the sliding tackle. This is good skill from Seedorf. And Goff's header looked as if it was heading for the corner, but Alan McLaren tidying up well. Franceschetti. Chiesa. That was aimed at Seedorf. Richard Goff again dominant in the central defence for Rangers. Nice touch inside from McCoist for Durrant. Now Gordon Jury, lovely linking play from Rangers, but that was a blatant body check by Manini on Gordon Jury, and Rangers have the free kick. Taken quickly by Ian Durrant for McCoist. Back with Gascoigne. Threaded through for Stuart McCall. It was a lovely pass. Just a touch too much, and Stuart McCall was nearly in on goal there. And McCall battling back to win possession. Gascoigne, just when he looked as if he'd done a bit too much, managed to hold on. Now Gaza again, trying to thread that one in with the outside of his foot. Looks as if he's tiring in the heat, but it was a lovely move from Rangers. The side foot pass from McCall, and you can see what Paul Gascoigne was attempting there. McCoist spraying the balls around in the midfield. Here's Ian Durrant. Paul Gascoigne teasing Mancini. Now Stuart McCall. He'll pick up the pace. There's McCoist for Trevor Stephen. That's a harmless one. Looking for someone to come in at the far post. Nobody there. Here's Cleland this time. Cleland hits the deck, claiming a free kick not given. Paul Gascoigne. Rangers looking to add to their solitary goal so far. But Italian defence is notoriously difficult to break down. Rangers showing lots of patience. Paul Gascoigne, of course, well used to what the Italians have to offer defensively. This is a lovely move. It's so difficult to shake off the ball. Incredible. Touch back from Durant to McCoist. And Trevor Steven just slicing off the outside of his right boot. As Steven looked as if he might get Rangers second. The fans are on their feet for that man, Paul Gascoigne. Sampdoria with Franceschetti and Carambau. Baleri, the fullback, loves to get forward. Away by McLaren. That was Chiesa. The volley from outside the box, never really got hold of it. Andy Gorham saved comfortably. Here's Durant, Stuart McCall, and Gascoigne. They're linking well, these three. It was Manini and Gascoigne. Free kick taken quickly by Sampdoria. Seedorf to Ivani. The flick from Chiesa. Maniero tries to collect. The two number 9s. Durant winning this battle. Nice touch from Stuart McCall to Cleland. And Chiesa again. What can they do from this position? Ivani. An attempt to lift it over the defence there by Mancini. Won back by Paul Gascoigne. Baleri didn't care for the Gascoigne challenge there, and I think had a few words in Italian which Gazza no doubt would have understood. Here's Ivani. It was a glancing header. Andy Gorham was scrambling across his goal, but eventually it went wide. Chiesa intercepts as Rangers trying to keep possession in the corner. Seedorf. Maniero. Looking for the top corner, and that was spectacular goalkeeping from Andy Gorham. He read it well, and he dived to his left. Not only stopped it, but held it. So Sampdoria having a good spell. They'd love to pull the goal back and really make this final interesting. And Rangers, on the other hand, would like to kill it off. McCoist to Jury. And Ali McCoist. Well, that's disappointing for McCoist. Took it first time when there was really time there to take a touch and have a look at what Walter Zenga was doing in the Sampdoria goal. But McCoist had his own ideas of what he wanted to do there. Rangers making a change, and it's Gazza coming off. Another great contribution from the big signing, and the supporters love it. On come Moore and Mikhailichenko. There's Craig Moore. Seedorf. Yet another Sampdoria move breaks down. Trevor Steven to McCall. Durant with Cleland out wide. There is Alec Cleland. Turns inside Baleri. Does well. Mikhailichenko. Cleland again. Well, he has scored one or two spectacular goals for Dundee United in the past. And that would have been some finish if he'd put that one on target. Baleri. Chiesa. Well, it's all patient stuff, but they're not really getting through the Rangers' defence. Here's another attempt. Again it breaks down. Trevor Stevens back to collect. Mikhailichenko. McCall. Mikhailichenko wants it again. Durant though dispossessed by Manini. Now Mikhailichenko and Cleland linking again. McCoist is in the middle. Here's a chance. Brave diving save from Zenga, who seems to have taken a knock in the process. But it was an important interception by him, as Ali McCoist seemed set to put Rangers 2 up. Valeri to Franceschetti. The pass cut out by Mikhailchenko. Here's Mihailovic. We haven't seen too much of him. Eluding Mikhailchenko. Pass cut out by Trevor Steven. Here's Ivani. He struck that well. And Andy Gorham making it look easy. And that was a good save. And that was a good shot. Mikhailchenko. Franceschetti with the challenge, but Mikhailchenko doing well to link with Jury. Here's Ali McCoist. And he scores! Ali McCoist with the all-important second goal for Rangers. And that should make it safe. Vintage finishing from McCoist. He's been written off so many times, but there are lots of goals left in Ali McCoist, and that seems to be the message. Lovely reverse pass from Gordon Jury with the outside of the right foot. McCoist got behind Franceschetti, and a classic finish past Zenga. Richard Goff winning in the air against Maniero. Stuart McCall still full of running at this stage of the match. No one should be too surprised about that. Mikhailchenko. It's McCall again. There's some shirt tugging going on. You can have it if you want it, he says. McCall wants this taken quickly. There's the shot. What a save by Zenga. Stuart McCall's had a fine game, and he was so close there to number 3. Brilliant save by Zenga, not happy with his defence. Rangers have a corner. Trevor Steven leaves it to Ian Durant. Cleared by Karembau. Richard Goff felt there was some obstruction going on. Mikhailchenko beaten in the tackle. And out comes Sampdoria. First time from Mancini. Cool play by Richard Goff, cushions it on the chest, and the pass from McLaren, and all the way back from Durant. That was McLaren, climbing highest. Stuart McCall puts his foot in the ball, turns. Mikhailchenko had made the run forward, but the flag up for offside. Here comes Sampdoria again with Karembau. Not much happening for him in the middle. In from Valeri. And no challenge from Maniero, so Andy Gorham was able to pick that one out of the air. Trevor Steven. Beautiful weighted pass from Mikhailchenko. Manini couldn't get there, although he can now. And Valeri. Maniero wasn't too happy about that challenge from behind. Jim McCluskey says play on. Ivani with the touch. Mancini. Haven't seen too much of Roberto Mancini. He was a dangerous customer though. Jury. McCoist. Gordon Jury wants it back. It was a useful tackle from Franceschetti, which was enough to put Jury off. Karembau. The whistle's going around the ground. Rangers fans fancy the final whistle, and now they've got it. In the final, it's Rangers 2, Sampdoria 0. Shirt swapping plans. Ali McCoist with the second goal, which finally killed off the Italians. And Paul Gascoigne back on the pitch. See some well-known faces from Italian football. And before the season is even underway, Rangers taking delivery of some silverware. They beat Steaua Bucharest to get to the final by 4 goals to 0. Now they've beaten Sampdoria 2-0 to take the trophy. McCall, Mikhailchenko and Petric getting a feel of the trophy. Ali McCoist as well, being absolutely delighted. There's even a touch for opposing captain Mancini, and a sweet victory for Rangers against Sampdoria, who of course beat them last season.